Hi, this is Neil Lazarus, and this is another day in Israel where the news is just out of control. Israeli police have recommended the prosecution of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on two different accounts of fraud, bribery and conflict of interest. For those of you who maybe are on a different planet, not totally addicted to the news, or just a little bit confused, here's a clarification. Number one case is what's called Case 1000. Case 1000 is the so-called gifts affair. The gifts affair basically is the allegation by the police that Netanyahu family received gifts from international billionaires and presents such as, cigars, champagne, jewellery. The magnate, the very wealthy gentleman, the name you're going to hear a lot of in the future is Arnon Mitchell. He's also been accused of bribing the Prime Minister. The accusation is that the Netanyahu family received gifts of around 750,000 shekels. In dollars, that's a lot. Around around $208,000. So around £150,000. But hey, is the pound so important? Now we've got Brexit. Too soon. Anyway, they are... the Netanyahu family is accused of receiving around that amount of money from Milton and another $70,000 from another gentleman, Packer, in exchange for helping Milton get US visa and also receiving tax breaks which were worth millions. The second issue is that of Case 2000. 2000, I think, is a very interesting case. Here the allegation is that the Prime Minister met with the head of the Yediot Ahronot newspaper and offered him a deal that if he Netanyahu received preferable press coverage in Yediot Ahronot, he would help Yediot in its competition with the pro-Netanyahu free sheet Israel Today. In other words, Israel Today is a free newspaper given out, basically devastated the market because it was, if I'm not mistaken, the first Israeli newspaper to be given out for free. And then Netanyahu was accused of turning around to the opposition who was being crushed by Israel Today and saying, look, report for me in a preferable manner, and we can do something about Israel Today. All of this is led the Israeli political system into a frenzy of reporting here. Before anyone gets too excited, there's a lot of time yet to go. First of all, nothing's happening dramatically. Netanyahu's not going anywhere. Actually, his coalition is pretty stable. Most of the people in the coalition are not running to leave. Many of them are saying until there's an actual indictment, then they wouldn't leave the coalition. Now, that last sentence of mine is also important because this isn't a statement which says he's going to be in court yet. This is a statement which says the police believe that there is enough evidence to try Benjamin Netanyahu. It's an important statement because we've got time. This has first of all got to go to another committee. The committee will then recommend it to the state prosecutor. The state prosecutor then will have to decide whether that Netanyahu will go to court. If he decides that Netanyahu will go to court, then Netanyahu, the Prime Minister, has the right to appear in front of a committee. That committee could take 5 months again to meet. So we've got time. There is a lot of time here. And I remind you, we could actually just run into election period again. So while the opposition is in political frenzy, Netanyahu's not quite going anywhere yet. Having said that, it's the first signs that just perhaps the king of Israeli politics, the man who seemed invulnerable, is now his future is in question. Netanyahu is obviously claiming that all of this is ridiculous, it's outlandish, it's an attempt by the police to uproot him, that it's a threat to Israeli democracy, so on and so forth. Perhaps what's also interesting, I would argue, is that at the moment at least, according to a poll on Channel 10 yesterday, 66% of Israelis believe that the Prime Minister should resign if indicted. 66% of Israelis believe that the Prime Minister should resign if indicted. So I remind you, he's not yet indicted. This is the recommendation for to indict him by the police. It's the police saying they've got enough evidence. Anyway, thought I would just try and make a little bit of sense out of this. I hope that helped a bit. If you've got questions, always drop me a line. And I hope you are enjoying the podcasts. I thought I'd keep this one short. I'm going to do another one right now, so you can flick straight ahead. And I'm going to be talking about Iran. New little style here, if you haven't noticed. I'm keeping these shorter. I think like the 6-7 minutes is better than the 30 minutes. It gives people, you can keep listening if you want, or it just gives you very short snippets. Very interested to hear what you think about these podcasts. This winter, during the season here in Israel, many people came up to me and said they were enjoying it. So I'm happy to carry on trying to analyze and explain things as things happen. Also, I'm already booking summer season, so if you want, let's make something happen. Especially if you're visiting Israel. Lots also, I'm doing now is incredibly a lot of podcasting, which is really cool. I've got 3 podcasts this week. Not podcasting, what am I saying? This is a podcast. Webcasting. Effectively, it's great. I don't know if anyone else uses Zoom, but it's better than Skype. I hope I don't get sued for that. But basically, I see them, they see me, we see each other. I can answer people's questions, they can ask questions, and it's all live, and they can see my presentation. Great system. Recommend other people use it if you want, and that's what I'm using. So I've been broadcasting a lot recently. Happy to do that to you for your organization as well. Sometimes it's easier than bringing me. So yeah, keep in touch. Hopefully we'll see you in Israel soon. That's it for now. Have a safe trip and be safe wherever you are.
You're listening to Middle East expert and keynote speaker Neil Lazarus, live from Jerusalem.